there are a good amount of Colombia fans. There's a really good contingent of Canadian fans. Toro dunking that one down in front of Harold Ramirez. That kicked a little bit more toward the foul line than I think Ramirez might have been anticipating. Toro probably able to get the second anyway, but makes it easier for him. So 2 gone. That'll bring up one of the most prized young talents in all of baseball in the now Miami Marlins outfielder, Owen Casey. But he crushes this one high and deep to right. Mariaga back, looking up, and this ball's gone! Owen Casey leaves the yard, and it's a 2-0 lead early for Canada in the second.
Well, Tyler, we talked about the home run, the power potential from Owen Casey. We talked about him cutting down on something as soon as it misses, gets a mistake. Big loop and breaker ball with 2 strikes, middle of the plate. He doesn't miss.
Casey stakes Canada to a 2-0 lead as we go to the third. A runner at third with 2 gone for Colombia. But man, Ryan, it just feels like the more opportunities that go by with Colombia not cashing in, the more that frustration builds. And then you wonder in that dugout, I would imagine, if it's ever going to happen for you offensively. 2-1, shoots it right side, fair ball. It'll bring in Colombia's first run of the 2026 Classic as the Mariners prospect delivers to bring in Tito Polo. And Colombia cuts the deficit in half. It's 2-1 in the third. We do have an update on Julio Teheran, Ryan. Shoulder discomfort during his pregame work today. So that's the reason why Teheran did not make the start. And man, that is the last thing you want to hear. Right. Bases loaded for Canada. Josh Naylor at third base off the single. Tyler Black at second. Behind him, Otto Lopez, the hit batsman, at first. And the biggest pitch of the early innings of this game coming up for Emerson Martinez. Ball 4, and Canada adds another one. It's 3-1. Canada out in front by a pair. So it brings up Denzel Clark, tried to bunt his way on in his first trip to the plate. As that one's kicked out in right field by Mariaga, and Denzel Clark is into scoring position. A big potential miscue here in the 7th. With 1 gone, it remains just 1 gone, and Canada a chance to add to this lead. That would have been a 12th straight retired batter by Colombia's pitching staff, and instead a 1-out base runner in scoring position. Tight spot right now for Colombia, just trying to keep this thing at a 2-run game here in the 7th. Monster spot. With an offense that has struggled this much, you cannot yield here if you're Japson Gomez.
Right. This is where you can blow this game wide open.
He bounces one back up the middle. That'll sneak through into center field. It's an RBI knock for the Seattle Mariners star Naylor as Clark, his cousin, scores, and Canada adds one. It's 4-1. Speed kills here in the 8th. Tyler Black puts himself 90 feet away with nobody gone.
Huge break for Team Canada.
Brings up Abraham Toro. 1 for 2, double and a run scored in the second. An RBI walk, and he's going to get himself another RBI here as he clubs this one out over the head of Ramirez and left. It's extra bases for Toro. He drives in Black. Toro is headed for third, and he's got himself a triple.
Harold Ramirez was playing so far in as well. Big reason why is because of that wind.
But it's all coming apart here in the bottom of the 8th. It's a knock for Bo Naylor. He drives in Abraham Toro, and Canada extends it to the biggest lead of the day. It's now 6-2. Denzel Clark out of the 9 spot. Really got his team started in the 7th, reaching on that error and scoring a run. Now he puts a charging one out to center. Polo to the alleyway with Mariaga converging. It's actually, check that. That's Buelvis who's out in right field. The throw cut off, and the sacrifice fly plates Naylor, and it adds another one. It's now a 7-2 Canada lead. Nowhere to put him. Casey at third, Edouard Julien at second, and Josh Naylor at first. Tyler O'Neill in the ultimate hitters count here. Ball 4 will put an 8th run on the board for Canada. And that is Philippe Amont, who is pitching in a World Baseball Classic game, but has not pitched professionally since before the pandemic. And he strikes out the first batter he sees, and that will do it for this one. What a performance by Canada in a wire-to-wire dominant win over Colombia on this Saturday afternoon.